YouTube live the night before my daughter gets married, and wow, quite the surreal moment in life that your daughter's getting married. So, yeah, for most people, I suppose it's happened loads of times. Depends how many daughters you've got. But for me, very surreal. It's happening at my workplace, which is really weird as well. Today I've been there for 10 hours making sure that it looks as good as it can, despite the hot weather. I mean, it bloody is hot. 27 degrees today, sweating me absolute bollocks off. But anyway, so thought to come on, do a bit of a live beer review. I don't think anybody's going to notice or join in. It is what it is. So yeah, from 71 Brewing over in Scotland. I got this from Smiling Grape Company, aka Low Cost Beers. It's Funky Drummer. It's a 6-op Dipa. And let's see, just in case anybody does come on, I'll put the conversations on, because otherwise I won't know if anybody's talking. I won't know what they're saying. And oh, there you go, I'm live. And yeah, like I say, can't see, on your phone you can't see fuck all. Can't see much on the chat normally, to be fair, but there you go. Pop out chat at work. Oh, sorry to hear that, Kev. I've done the overnight shifts. To be honest, if I'm being absolutely, I didn't mind overnight because you didn't have to talk to people. And it's not that I'm unsociable. I just fucking don't like talking to people. It is what it is. But yeah. So yeah, Funky Drummer, 6-op Dipa. I'm sweating like an absolute soldier here. Jesus Christ. 27 degrees in the shed. Oh, no wonder I've got a sweat on. That's without working. You wouldn't think I worked all day in the outside heat, would you? But yeah, 71 Brewing. What's amazing to me is the phone, which is on the other side of the shed. So this phone piggybacks the other phone. The other phone gets the internet. That uses Wi-Fi to connect to this phone and also my Chromebook. And the great thing is that pitch quality and sound quality seem to be okay. I have no idea. Better than the old days where it was absolutely pitiful. But anyway, so I will read what it says on the can. And there we go. So this super pale and hazy big double IPA packs in obscene amounts of the best US hops: Citra, Azacca, Cascade, Columbus, Simcoe and Mosaic. 7.5% in a little can. Not bad for what it is. Fucking hell, it's warm. Oh. And good evening, Thomas. How are you? And I've not done one of these live beer reviews for a long time, primarily because if anybody's watched the channel for a long time, you'll know that shit connection, shit phones, problems. But if live beer reviews can work on the combination I'm using at the moment, which is a brand new phone, a phone to do the review, and my laptop, then I'm good with that. Yes, matey. I'm sure I've seen that comment, actually. Do apologise, I'm shit with comments. 4 for £7 now. Ouch. But yes, 4 for £7 is shit. But when you look at the single prices, £2.50, £2.25, fucking hell. 4 for £7 actually is a good offer compared to the single prices of the beer. The beer's on offer, that is. Not the beers that are subject to a Lidl price match, which makes me chuckle. that little price match seems to get crappier and crappier all the time. So here's the pour. It's a hazy, I would call that, for me it looks yellowy. On the phone it looks golden, so yeah, you can never work it out with colours. Sometimes it's the light, sometimes, and it does. I've reviewed a beer that I brewed myself. It looked dingy and dull as hell in shit light. Took it outside into the garden, took a photo. It looked fucking amazing. It did. And it tasted amazing as well, to be fair. And that was my first ever grain brew. So tonight, Wraggy's Beer Reviews. Wife's out with my daughter. They're in Newark. Last night of my daughter's freedom, shall we say, before she gets married. Well, technically, does marriage change anything? Not really, because all it is a bit of pen and paper. But in the grand scheme of things, it's all set up tomorrow. So we renewed our wedding vows this year for some strange reason. My daughter, if she's watching, did hers, put her wedding this year as well. So, two weddings in the same year, two raggy weddings in the same year. It's unheard of. Absolutely unheard of. Especially in this version of a raggy anyway, at least. So, nice, slightly hazy, good carbonation, white head on the pour. Got to be honest, feeling the beer tonight. I have done three beer reviews already. Got to crank them in while you can. And the wife's not watching. Well, I don't think she's watching. If she's watching, I'm in shit. But yeah, I dare say I'll hear about it tomorrow. As long as I don't do anything silly, I'm all good. But yeah, wedding tomorrow. Wow. Scary times, the realization that you are an adult. We all grow up in life, and some of us are better at growing up than others. So the realization that you're an adult, which is quite funny in the grand scheme of things, it's that thing where when you're young, you look at people and you think, God, you're really grown up, aren't you? Then you realize when you get to their age of life, I mean, I'm 52 now. I am no more grown up than I was at fucking 22. And yeah, things piss me off just as easily as they did when I was 22. As you will have noticed with beer reviews, when breweries, promise something, don't deliver, do the dirty, and it's like, well, fuck you then. And if you watch these beer reviews, you'll know that it winds me up, and it does. The best thing is never to say anything. The breweries there's local breweries that have never interacted, bar alike, and those are the sort of breweries that, yeah, that's our relationship. The breweries that come out and say, we'll brew a beer with you, and we'll do this, and they don't do fuck all, and anything to yourself, well, fuck you then, Anyway, yeah, there you go. Good evening, Mr. NFFC. What a year. Our Forest. It's an interesting year in Nottingham Forest, isn't it? Yeah, my daughter's wedding tomorrow. Yeah. And yeah, I'm different to other beer reviewers. Yeah. Sometimes I need to remember that. I need to shut my fucking mouth a bit, but there you go. Can't win them all. Thoughts on Forest start to the new season. I love a 1 week. I think if he stays not injured, wow. If a 1 week can stay uninjured, then we've got one of the best players, not only in the Premiership. Let's be fair, he's scored 7 goals on the bounce, one after another in the Premiership. That is world class. We've got a world class player for Forest. Fucking hell, that's stunning. With all the players they've brought in, it's very interesting. Can Steve Cooper again? It is Steve Cooper, isn't it? Yeah, I had a drink. But can he again bring them together and do it? We've sold Brennan Johnson, yes, but we had to balance the books for this, you know. So it's interesting. The owners seem, they're not like the owners that, you know, the Dubai owners or whatever fucking country they were from, that talk shit, sold fridges, and basically were the dodgiest bunch of bloody owners that you know, Faraz, fucking hell, you know, Bullshit Anonymous could be his fucking second name. But anyway, yeah, we seem like we've got owners who really want to progress. But yeah, Tony, yeah, I'm hoping so as well. The weather's amazing for September. Last week it said it was going to piss down on Friday. Then all of a sudden, fucking heat wave, and I'm sweating my bollocks off in the shed. That's how bad the heat wave is. But phew. Thiago Silva struggled against, yeah, fucking hell. Faraz, fucking hell. The bloke was a joke. Do you know when they first took over and they was playing the passing game, and we were playing proper Brazilian or Spain, you know, Spanish tiki-taka football, if that's how you can pronounce it. I don't fucking got a clue. I've had a drink. You know, passing football. We thought, fucking hell, this is amazing. And then obviously, you know, they sacked another manager because he lost a game or two. And you know, but hopefully this is the run we need. Yeah, I mean tomorrow, wow. So where the Billy Dorset's getting married is obviously I look after the grounds. So the grounds are pretty damn spot on, to be fair. Which, you know, if you're a gardener that's been a gardener for 40 years of your life and, you know, won a lot of awards, it should be pretty decent. Nothing's ever perfect, but, you know, I can't control the weather, the amount of rain, and I can't control the fact that we're on a water meter. So, you know, it's not as absolutely green and luscious as I would like it, but it's not bad anyway. But better get back onto the beer. Wow. And I've not done a live actual beer review for ages. Although, if you can call this a beer review. 52, mate. Yeah, 52. Might look older. Fucking grey hair, stress, anxiety. Makes you look older. There was a time when people used to say, I used to say my age, and it's like, fuck off. You're a lot younger. These days, they look at me and think, old bastard. I don't think age is an issue. I think good people can talk over anything. You know when you're in the company of good people, because you spark up a conversation and straight away they'll just chat, and you know, especially if it's a conversation they can relate to. You know, not everybody can relate to every conversation, but yeah, there's topics. I mean, beer is a great conversation because if you're in like say a tap room or in a pub that sells good cask beer, not somewhere that sells, you know, fucking Doom Bar, because let's be fair, it's shite. But if you're in the sort of places where you can talk about beer, and for me, beer is the great conversation maker because it develops from God, that tastes amazing, you know, some of that peanut butter in this, mind you, and you know, and go on from there. And then you talk about things like mental health. These days, if someone's not suffering mental health, then, you know, you're a lucky person. I certainly suffer from mental health. There are days when I'm better, there are days when I'm worse, and I mean, today I've absolutely worked like a soldier all day. Nothing, not an absolute sliver of any anxiety. I'm sat here now talking about mental health, and I can feel anxious. Weird. But anyway, nice. It's looking a lot more hazier now, like an orangey haziness, whitehead. 7.5%. So decent ABV for what would be a supermarket beer. I have no idea where I bought it from. If I bought it from Smiling Grape, aka low cost beer, or if I bought it from Lidl. I've not been to that many supermarkets of late. Orangey, grapefruit, certainly comes to the forefront. Forgot fly. And ooh. And it's a funny thing because people, there was a back in the days of COVID and beyond COVID, I would do random reviews at all times of the day. Nowadays, obviously, it's pretty much a standard protocol of reviews, and literally people grab a review when they can. But in the day, you know, the dog shit reviews, when I had the dog, you know, Charlie, bless him, I'd come down the shed, crank a bloody review out because the dog's outside, and I could. And, you know, you'd be surprised by how many people all of a sudden were on YouTube. And, yeah, they were good days. I need to get another dog. Yeah. And, yeah. But one that's toilet trained. I can't be done with the pissing and shitting in the house. There's limits on life, isn't there? We don't want that. Yeah. Bad enough fucking dogs doing it. They're mind humans. Oh dear. No, there's limits. So 7 minutes to 10. Daughter's wedding tomorrow, and I'll be honest, I have not done a speech, not in the slightest. I was hoping, apparently there's 5 speeches at my daughter's wedding. 5. Fucking hell, why 5 people would want to do a speech is beyond me. I mean, you know, 1 speech is enough. Shit, that is a big spider. Fucking hell. Bastard was like that, just crawling across the floor in the shed. Whew. That fucky's gone. Scared the shit out of me. Of course, it was a mice. But yeah, 5 speeches. Wow. It's going to be an interesting wedding. I've got some good beer. I've got a golden ale and a best bitter, 10 litres of each. Bless you. I've got probably about 6 or 8 litres, depending on how much I take, of coffee porter, and 3 litres of imperial sticky toffee porter, stout rather. So for those who know it's there, not many do, not many will, but it should be a good night. It should be a good night. But it's all about my daughter. It's not about me, not about, you know, anything to do with hers. It's about family. Good evening, Mr. Stout King. How are you, matey? And yeah, a Wraggy live review. Although, to be fair, it's more or less a Wraggy live or fucking steaming review. But there you go. Drinking Funky Drummer from 71 Brewing. Proper decent beer, to be honest. Although the heat in this shed, it's literally 25 degrees. So if you can read that on camera, I'm not lying about how warm it is. It's warm as fuck. Oh. Aha, Tad, you've changed your name. I've just seen that. Tad and the Great Glass Demijohn. I salute you, sir. Yeah, the late night sneaky review. Oh, they were the days, weren't they? Do you know, I am absolutely don't do fuck all naughty these days. I don't do dog shit reviews. Well, no, for the obvious reason I ain't got a dog anymore. I don't do pissed up reviews where I'm in the house, pissed out my face, come downstairs, staring at the camera, you know, and yeah, not even doing a review, just pissed out my face. Although I'm halfway there. Good evening, Mr. Bowman Beer Reviews. And you know, are you still on holiday, Greg? Do apologise. I feel half twatted. So I've had yeah. So I've had tonight. I did a beer review. Then I had a pint of Red Dog Ale's Golden Pearl, fucking brilliant. A pint of the Bonnie Best. 2/3 of a bottle of Imperial Stout. And now on this lucky little fella. Got back today. So Greg holds Mr. Bowman Beer Reviews for everybody else. Greg holds a special place in the Wraggy Beer Review. You know, in the world of Wraggy's Beer Reviews, because the first actual other beer reviewer that I actually met, and you know, it was a scary experience. Actually bumped into each other in Market Square. Went to some great pubs in Nottingham. Hope I didn't show myself up too much. You know, these things happen. Went to do you know, to be fair, I've not been to Brewdog Nottingham. I've only been to Brewdog Nottingham once since. Do need to go back again, to be fair. And I've got a friend who's a lady, and she's got a Brewdog tattoo, and that she showed me it the other day, and it just made me absolutely piss. And obviously, I'm thinking straight away, I've got a mate who's got a Brewdog tattoo, and she said, the money it saved me. And she held it out, and she was, you know, and I can't fault her from it, you know. Obviously, she yeah, apart from tonight. But there you go. But yeah, yeah, that was a good day in Nottingham, that was. And it was that put the beer up there. Good evening, David. It was the thing where the online world, which YouTube is the online world, you know, unless you meet somebody for the first time, you don't know that you're not really knowledgeable of who they are. And we all can, you know, people can present a face. But to meet somebody in reality, then that is you know, something very different. At the Bonus Bay Brewing Beer Festival this weekend. Fair play. I'm actually at two weddings this weekend. So tomorrow, my daughter's wedding, and on the Saturday, it's Joe, who's the manager of Cockcliff. So I work at two sites, although basically I work there, but nobody tells me what to do with gardening, literally 99.9% of the time. So my boss is the owner, not really the manager of the site, but she's the manager of Cockcliff. She's a lovely lady, and she's getting married on Saturday. So my wife's doing the cake, They've had 3 samples of the cake over a year or so, so they know how good the cake is. So it's a great way of advertising your cake, because the offcuts, which you'd normally chuck away, they go into, I take them to work, people try them and they're like, fucking hell, that tastes amazing. And it's the greatest advertisement you could need. In essence, beer reviews are the same, because beer reviews, if you come across a beer, and I'm sure Greg would know this, if you come across a beer that is absolutely, fucking just is amazing, that you're going to, hand on heart, you're going to give the most honest review and say, wow, that is stunning. And more so when it's local, because when it's local, it means a lot more. Breweries that are worldwide, yes, they'll watch your review. If you give a great review, they'll probably like it. Maybe they won't take no notice. But local breweries that get a beer review from somebody who is in at least either local or in the UK, it means so much more. It's free advertisement in the grand scheme of things, and that is great for them. Tell I've had a drink, can't you? Talking shite, but you get what I mean. Anyway, Funky Drummer, wow. 71 Brewing, Scottish brewery, great brewery, putting a lot of beers into the likes of Lidl these days. They earn literally no money off those beers. I'll guarantee you, every single beer that goes into supermarkets, all the supermarkets, earns very, very little. The good thing is that it's the exposure. But if you're earning literally a few quid off a pallet of beer, then it's very difficult for most breweries to make a profit. If you're a mega brewery with automated systems, mega brewing systems, then you'll make more money, because the amount it costs to brew a beer is a hell of a lot cheaper. If we were to brew a beer, don't forget, if you're doing a home brew, you can brew a beer for, say, 60 pence a pint, roughly, along them lines. But remember this, that price of wages that don't come into the equation, price of the electricity to run the place, product, and then the price of transportation, supermarkets grabbing their share, they do grab a share. All these things make a difference. So years ago, I didn't know this, I didn't know this, but now I do know this. And the price that supermarkets make, supermarkets want their profit. The price that the actual breweries make is absolutely shite. And then the taxman, fucking government wankers. Five past 10 on a weeknight doing a beer review. Wow. Gotta be honest, that is tasting absolutely spot on. Orangey pour, white head, still retaining the head all the way down the glass. 7.5%, yeah, I'm feeling it, yeah. And the other beer I've had before, to be fair. So tonight I'm setting up my daughter's wedding tomorrow. So we're not having a beer festival, because she didn't want that anyway. So, and the people that are going to my daughter's wedding aren't real ale beer drinkers, so there's only me and a few others. So I've got 2 bagging boxes, 10 litres of 2 times 10 litres of beer. I had a skull that I was going to use, poured hot water into it. What happened? Fucking skull cracked. The whole lot cracked. So that's now in the bin. This is what it is. So I'm using one of my metal containers to put the beer in. And so I've got 6 bottles of Imperial, Sticky Toffee Imperial Stout. 500 mils. They're going to go in the fridge tonight. Yes, I need to put them in the fridge. And 6 litres of coffee porter. So that's going to go into the metal, perfectly chilled drum. And yeah, that's my little bit of a mini Wraggy beer festival over at my daughter's wedding. Primarily because I'm not drinking fucking Doom Bar. Yeah. On the bar, they've got Doom Bar. Doom Bar. Who the fuck wants Doom Bar? Good evening from Norway. Good evening, Alan. Hope you're okay. Doing well. Slightly abbreviated. I've had a few beers tonight, to be fair. And I can feel it as well. And I certainly sound like I've had a few beers. So, you know, these things happen. And a live Wraggys beer review at 10 o'clock at night. You can tell the wife's not there. Because if the wife was there, it wouldn't happen, you know. And, yeah. She keeps me, and like all ladies out there, our partners keep us in good stead, you know. If I was on a unleashed, shall we say, especially when you're not feeling very well mentally, you could go off the tracks very, very easily. And these things, you know, we need to remember these things sometimes when we're being told to calm the hell down. That you know, there's somebody watching who's actually not drunk and watching your beer consumption. And yeah. We all have Tad. We've all got to have that limiter. You know, I can drink for England, yeah, and Scotland, maybe Wales as well. But yeah, we've all got to have that limiter. So 71 Brewing, funky drummer, 6-hop Dipa. American hops in this. It's got a proper decent aroma. Good tropical aroma on that. I'm not picking out flavours. I'm far too drunk. Wow, cracking taste. 7.5%, hits the spot on the ABV. Out of 5, would I drink it again? Yes, yeah, albeit slightly less abbreviated. Out of 5, good 4.4 out of 5 for me. Yeah, it was a good beer. You can tell it's a supermarket dipper rather than a dipper from the likes of your Beaks and your Verdants and that sort of thing. So it's not as thick, shall we say. But fair play, the price is right. I got it from Smiling Grape, and for me, yeah. Did I give a score? I can't remember. I fucking did already. Shit, my memory's absolutely shite. A good 4.4 out of 5. And that's it for this review. It's been interesting doing a review at this time of the night. I've got to go up the house, make sure, get the little into bed, turn the aircon off, because we've got a wedding tomorrow, my daughter's wedding, but we've also got a wedding on Saturday. So we've got a wedding on Saturday. So we've got all the cupcakes in the front room. We've got aircon, so luckily, and because of the the temperature this time of the year normally isn't an issue, but because it's so fucking warm, we've had to put the aircon on, and the aircon's on now. You walk into the front room, it's like fucking hell freezing. It's like a shed, fridge rather. So we've got to make sure that's right, because you know it's my wife's business basically. So In any case, good beer, and wow, I feel steaming, absolutely steaming. No more beer reviews. But for those who missed this, sorry you missed it. You know, don't do many live actual beer reviews. I'm going to in December. I'm going to review the Brewdog, all the beers from their advent calendar. It's a cheap advent calendar. Like most people, can't afford to go for the expensive stuff. Go for the cheap. It is what it is, you know. If it's shit, it's shit. If it's good, it's good. We'll see. But thank you. And yeah, cheers, Tad. And you're well, mate. It's been a while. It's been a while. Need to do a bit of a homebrew swap at some stage. When I'm back on the homebrew, I've got 4 barrels in here now, and I'm getting more fucking homebrew stuff than nothing in them. But I need to crack on and get some homebrew stuff out and do some swapping. But yeah, thank you for watching. See you soon. Cheers. Can't remember to turn the fucker off. Pardon my French. Yeah, there we go.